I figured you could hide a little better.
There.
What page is it on? Anybody? Rabbi, do you know the page of Shalom Aleichem?
142.
Thank you.
Did you say a prayer?
I have several. Okay. How do I know when he's got us live?
He's ready.
Okay. So we're live. I guess that means we're live.
Shall I say something really embarrassing just to make sure?
I wouldn't. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. We are here in the chapel at Temple of Shalom, and we are glad that you are safe and warm and dry, especially. But we did not want to miss the opportunity to share Shabbat. So for all who are watching now or will be, we hope that it is a wonderful and restful and safe Shabbat Shalom. We're going to begin tonight. We're on page 142 if you are following along with Shalom Aleichem, followed by a prayer for generations, the door by door.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Borechem L'Shalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzidchem L'Shalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We are gifts and we are blessings. We are His song. We are one and we are healing. To be strong. Words and we are strong. Of the past, we are tears of wisdom, the last. One again, goodness, we present this change. Generation to generation, these lips will praise. Looking back on the carry in our shadow of the mountains that would pass, and we are holy, we are the words lost me. We will have the strength to say, generation to generation,
Generation to generation, we'll be talking this is point out later. We're standing in the same spot this week. Moses is talking to us this week. We're last week, slightly different approach to things, but look at what has been and certainly can be. We're going to set the week aside, and light our Shabbat candles, and remember the blessings of creation. There are page 120, 123.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, give light to all who behold us. As the brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we one day those who.
We have to do something about the air conditioning.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher ner shel Shabbat. Page 122. The heaven and the earth were finished in all their array. On the seventh day, God finished the work that God had been doing. God ceased on the seventh day from all the work that God had done. And God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, because on it God ceased from all the work of creation that God had done.
Baruch Adonai Eloheinu Eloheinu melech haolam Ratzavanu Shabbat Ratzon Kinhiralu Baruch Adonai
L'chaim.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to be continuing on page 263.
Yitgadal v'yitgadash Yivrach Ruti v'yamlik malchutei V'chai V'chai V'chol Beit Yisrael Barak Abba Malkar Yimeru Amen Ishmera Mevora Maya Yitba Vishtaba Yitba Vidase Vidada Vidale Shabri Ledam Ushrata Vishrata Kushbet Tabanet Amen.
Page 264, if you choose to rise for Baruch.
Baruch Hu Adonai,
Your majesty, proclaimed by the marvels of earth and sky, the stars testify to your power and wisdom. Day follows day in endless succession, and years vanish, but your sovereignty endures. Though all things pass, let not your glory depart from us. Help us to become co-workers with you, and endow our fleeting days with abiding work. Atah Adonai, Aviv, Avaviv, Baruch Atah Adonai, Ohev, Yisrael.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Elohim, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem, Kivod Malchut, Kivod Chael.
You are standing
ואהבת את כל נפשך וכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה שאנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ושלוך בך ומך ושתם לאות צפות בלבך וכתבתם מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך למען תצאו עשיתם קדושים ללבכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתיכם מארץ מצרים אלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
continue with page 270 with the song "Woman of Freedom." We stand on the shores and the banks of the River Jordan, 40 years later.
Give us a place to rest, O God. Shelter us in the long, soft evening shadows of your truth. You are true protection and safety. In your presence we find love and acceptance. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace over all we love, over our Jerusalem, yours. Baruch Adonai, Haparei Sukkot Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Amo Yisrael, Ve'al Yerushalayim.
Continue celebrating this day of Shabbat on the following page.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות בריתם. את השמיים ואת הארץ, את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם בריתם. ביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם בריתם.
Our service sang a praise to the generations, L'dor Vador Nagid Godecha. May we look to those before us with words of thanksgiving. The world that we have, trials and celebrations, everything that's been given to us, passed down, given us the tools to forge a better tomorrow. And so as we move from praise to prayer, we're thankful for all of the legacies that have given us the ability, the challenge to move this world forward. We're on page 73 if you are right.
Adonai, Sifetai Kita, Ufia Gitei Later. Declare your glory. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Eloheinu v'imotzeinu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Yehuda, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'adonai Hanorah, Elyon, El Chassidut,
Pray that we might know before whom we stand the power of His life. Look at those who have forgotten how to live, having implanted eternal spirit. We pray for winds to disperse the air of sadness, for rains to make parched hopes rise again. We pray for love to encompass us, for no one save that we are human, that we may blossom into persons who have gained power over our own lives. We pray to stand upright, we fallen, to be healed, we suffer. We pray to break the bonds that keep us from the world of beauty. We pray to be open to our own true selves. May that we walk in guard purpose, in touch with the power of the world. Praise be to God, whose gift is life, whose cleansing brings the parched in men and rise again. Baruch atah Adonai v'chayeha. Atah kadosh v'shivcha kadosh. U'kadoshim b'chol yom yalalucha Maseh. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el. Please be seated. On page 278. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find peace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may we all live in such a way that this day fulfill its promise. Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. On this holy day of Shabbat, for all of the things for which we are thankful, we also pray for peace.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael tasim tasim leolam. ויעצרון אליך בכל השלום. יעצרון אליך בכל השלום. ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. טוב לברך את עמך ישראל. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Tasim Le'olam.
Peace of the soul happens when we can hear the quietness and so still and quiet. We hear our hearts beat, our lungs inflate and deflate, air in that gives us life. Take a moment to just experience that blessed being. We commit ourselves this day to renew strength to prepare us for the week to come. The words of my mouth and meditation of my heart are acceptable to God, our rock and our Redeemer. Moment as we are in prayer to think about those who are in need of our prayers, the prayers of commitment, of phone calls, of exchange, the thoughtfulness that helps change. We're thinking of people who are being held hostage to hate, including those who are being held hostage to their own hate. We think of people suffering from the weather and from war, people close to home, people who are ill and injured. For our family, Elise Beans, Reverend Troy DuPont, Vicki Fox, Lois Gallowitz, Andrew Gordon, Susan Hart, Lee Kibler, Ricky Reeves, Herb Rosenbaum, Cheryl Sachs-Dowling, Ariane Sherburne, Snyder, Diane Tankel, Arlene Yaffe. There are other people not on our list that you're holding in prayer. Not only say their name now, but they commit to making the outreach to let them know the world. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Chalim. God, please make us instruments of healing.
Mi shevera lavote
So mentioned last week, or I mentioned earlier this beginning of this service last week, we ended the book of Numbers and we were at a point. Of Moab. We flip the book, we start Deuteronomy, and standing at the very same place, the text just says, oh, we are standing at the Jordan. Why specificity one generic to the other? In the book of Numbers, we're moving backwards. We're recounting our journey of 40 years through our trials and frustrations, trials, spiritual chaos, almost godless. At least that's how text treats the people's response to God. God shows up, and they forget about God until the next time God shows up. And the two generations, your journey to try to be what we want to be. And then we stand at the River Jordan. As we begin the book of Deuteronomy, Moses begins a very lengthy series of farewell addresses. And yes, at the beginning, he recounts the past, but all he has a way of saying, look, we're here now. And these are the rules that we have to take into consideration as we're about to create a nation. We're going to begin to grow a future game plan, and God will be with us all the time. As it is, standing right here, there are two tribes that don't want to cross over. They're perfectly happy being outside the land of milk and honey. And so even while Moses is presenting, this is the time to dream, folks. Already know it's business as usual. And oddly as it is, as I read, by the way, this is the anniversary of my bar mitzvah. Chazon, Yeshayahu ben Amos. I can still chant my Haftarah. You don't want me to. But from 1972 to 1978, Bob Newhart showed up in our living rooms, psychologist in his office, and we got to enjoy the foibles of his relationships with his wife, Suzanne Plachette, with his neighbors, with his clients. And it seemed like there was a lot of fun for us. But if you can remember back, if you don't remember, I advise you to watch this and the follow-up series I'll get to in just a moment. But he never seems to enjoy the moment. It seems to always come at his expense, our fun at his expense. And then we get to the second show, the Newhart Show. And in the Newhart Show, he is married to this beautiful blonde woman, and they're innkeepers in Vermont, and he's a TV show host, having been an author of self-help books, DIY books, travel, and it's great. But he's got some really goofy neighbors, and again, we see different setting, different job title, but the same old Bob Newhart. And the comedy happens at his expense. And that show ran from 1982 to 1990 until he wakes up from a dream next to Suzanne Plachette, his wife from the original series, and we realized that it was all a dream. And we're left stuck with what is this ultimate message that Bob Newhart is trying to share with us? Is he telling us that the grass is greener in our dreams? Is he telling us, as Stephen Stills tried to inform us, if you can't be with the one you love, love the one you're with? So in my dream, I'm with, I'm with this Mary Fran, blonde, and then I come back to reality and with in black and white, Suzanne Plachette, who, by the way, was quite beautiful, but black and white versus. Or maybe he's telling us something slightly different. That it's not about where you have been. It's not about where you dream that you're going to go. Because where you've been only informs who you are in this moment, and where you want to be, where you dream about being, is not always predictable. Because I hate to break it to everybody, but there's a real world out there, and it doesn't always allow us to make all of the rules. So we spend our life responding. So what do we get? Well, Moses is telling us how to remember the past at the end of last week and to look forward to the future this week. And what he's really saying is, make sure you know where you stand and understand that you can't rewrite the past and you can't speculate. But you have to remember what's really important. And so what's really important? Right now, politically, we're fighting over climate. Some people argue that it's the carbon footprint. We've abused the earth, and it's climate change is happening because of our abuse, and so the drought and the rains and the ungodly temperatures and all that is our fault. Others are arguing that no, it's the natural cycle. If you look through history, the earth climate ebbs and flows, and this is part of the natural cycle. And we're spending millions of dollars fighting over why this stuff happens. And at the same time, there are people dying in the floods and dying, being destroyed. And everyone is perfectly happy to sacrifice all of the people who are suffering to try to win the why it's happening. The past doesn't matter. The future victory doesn't matter. But we've got to look at what is. We look at the whole fight over creation. Was the world according to the Bible, or did it happen because of evolution? And the reality is, ultimately, it doesn't matter if the world was created in 7 days or over 7 billion years. Who are we today, and what do we have to do to take care of each other? Education. We can fight over what's causing the problems in our schools, or we can fix our schools. We can talk about healthcare. We can talk about how people deprive themselves of opportunities because they won't lift themselves up by the bootstraps. We can talk about a system, an economic system that discriminates and diminishes opportunity. And we can fight over all of that, and America is done. So maybe what we get from Bob Duarte, or maybe even from this transition to Torah, is that what was ultimately doesn't matter. Dream of tomorrow, what may or may not happen, doesn't matter. But we have to open our eyes to what is and to what's here and right now confronting us, because there may not be a tomorrow. And certainly the stories that we want to share from the past won't matter. So we live in the moment. We're right here. I implore people, look around, talk to people that you might not talk with on a regular basis, and get past the rhetoric of who's right and who's wrong. Let's look at the human condition. Let's figure out how to take better care of each other, because the rest ultimately doesn't matter. Shabbat is a day to take a step back and to stop fighting over the stuff, stop fighting over the rules. Experience not only the blessing of being for ourselves, but for everyone around us. That would change the course of humanity. Shabbat Shalom. We're going to continue on page 586, and if you are rising, please do for Eleni. take this near the ending of the service to remind ourselves of the blessings again of all who have come before us. People leave our hands, never our hearts. Experience inform us in new ways. From whatever realm it is that the legacies they left speak to us. This week's scholarship, June Bedwell, Felix Dahlia, Emma Israel, Daniel Krause, Abraham J. Lehrman, Edith Marcus, Sadie H. Martha Dodo, Jeanette Shaw, Bernard Simons, Shim for Lois Klein, Sylvia Chalf, and Ellen Schwartz. Hanan Livracha, praise that they leave to us always. Just a blessing. Which is on 598. Yitkedal, Yitkedash, Shemei Rabba, Be'amad Yivrach, Malchute, Bechayach, Yuchayed, Beit Yisrael, Agala, Bizman Kari, Yimru, Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabba Mevorach Leolam Ulamei Amaya. Yitbarach, Yishtabach, Yitbahar, Yitromah, Yitatar, Yitaleh, Yitalal, Shemei Shemam. Ve'lam Yikol Birchata V'Shirata, Yitbechata V'Nefchata, Ta'amiran Be'alma V'Imru, Amen. Yehei Shlomo Rabba Min Shemai, V'chaim Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Amen. Osei Shalom B'Mromav, V'ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael, V'Imru, Amen. Source of peace and peace, more comfort to all who are bereaved. May we say, we have a couple of announcements to share. Tomorrow morning there will be Torah study. The link is in the Tuesday and Thursday email. We'll be talking about Shabbat, one of the Sabbaths, in fact, the Sabbath right before Tisha B'Av. We'll be talking about how rabbis will teach us that even in the midst of the many destructions that happen on this day, that this will also be the day of the coming of the Messianic age. Monday night we will observe Tisha B'Av here in the chapel at 7 o'clock. There'll be a memorial service and then a conversation study on destruction in the building. I have to think if there was appropriate in our regular lives, this would be the time to talk about what's at stake. Our applications are for our new religious school director this Monday. The application is online. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. We have a great program. We have great kids, and for our future direction. RAC PAs, every voice, every vote, postcard party this week. It's at Ricky Hurwitz's Thursday night. And as long as I'm announcing that on September 19th, we will be cooperating the Black and Jewish Harrisburg community in voter registration, canvassing. Save that date, more details to follow. We have a great breakfast meeting to bring really a broad community together this afternoon to make sure that everybody gets to exercise that which is the most important right as an American, that's the right to vote. Next Friday night, Rob and Morgan are going to be having dinner after services at El Rey on Jones. And they don't want to dine alone. So anybody that wants Mexican foods will join here for services and then join them for dinner there afterwards. And last, but by no means least, our annual picnic is a week from Sunday, August 18th at Fort Hunter, noon to 3. Please let us know you can come. Last year we had well over 100 people there. We have games, we have fun, and the kids get to go green pie rabbi. So if for nothing else, that's great.
You know, you end every service, we're young and
Yeah,
if I'm kidding.
if you're under 99.
Okay,
Okay?
I love the consistency.
And I have had adults who said, this is my kid, you know? But it's fun and people enjoy it. Some people are shocked by it until after. First year I did it here, people were really shocked. And then they saw how much fun people were having, so it's all good. So in any event, there's more to be found on our website and our calendar. It's a very active congregation, especially during the summer. There's so much going on, even as we prepare to welcome people back to the school year and the holidays. We are going to, well, before we close, so Sarah and Raina and back for all making this happen early so that we can make sure that we can have a service for everyone without putting anybody at risk. This is what community is all about. Thank you for making this happen. We're going to close looking towards our journeys in life. Take on the words that God gives to Abraham way back in Genesis. As you travel, may you bring and be blessings.
Mehila, to a land that I will show you. Mehila, to a place you do not know. Mehila, on your journey I will bless you. A blessing, and you shall be a blessing, and you shall be a blessing. And I shall make your name great. And I shall praise your name. I will show you. You shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing.
אני מאמין באמונה שלמה בביאת המשיח, ואף על פי זה אני מאמין. Believe with perfect faith that the age of peace will come, and even if it's delayed, I will wait by day. If we want to know or we're sure that the Messianic age happens, it will be because we take it upon ourselves, each of us, to do the work of building relationships and remembering truly we are one people to share one. Everybody.
So. No. There's no reason.
First. So the short study history. Short study.